And Jay's on the ground, knocked out.
In the background, if you pay attention, Jay's laying on the ground, like barely
it was
getting up.
so funny. We had a 12-minute airing, and in 9 minutes, we sold 13,000 kits. And he's like, "Damn it, Jay!" But dude, right here was sold.
Hey, so welcome back to another episode of In the Driver's Seat with ABS. You join us in Los Angeles, California, probably at the world's most famous garage. And Sean and I are joined by a couple of hog crankers here.
Legends.
You boys rolled up dirty this morning.
Oh, those are your bikes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
They're rentals.
Cut to the hog.
We heard you guys
come up with something that, like every time we come here, it's always a new vehicle.
Yeah, I don't know about always
Just
a new
him.
vehicle,
He's
but
rich.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did he buy it for you?
Yeah.
Listen, he got the Raptor first,
Yeah,
and then
that's
he
true.
showed up with that, and it was
Yeah.
like, dang, that's a sick truck. Like,
Yeah.
I got to have that truck too.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of vice versa with the bike. I went and saw the bike. I loved what Harley was doing with the brand new road glides, and jumped in, went to the dealership, and it was like texting him like, hey, these bikes are super sick, and bit the bullet and made the purchase. And then literally like 3 months later, he was like itching, because he already had a bike. He had an electric glide, he had another chopper. Like,
Oh, so you were locked in.
Yeah, it was like,
well,
cheap
he was
hog
borrowing
cranker.
one, and
yeah, I was borrowing his bike from him.
yeah, and then he got one, and I was like, this sucks. That thing's fast. And then he let me ride it, and then what I was sold on was the brakes, because my other bikes don't have that bike. You could go into a corner and pull on the brakes, and it will not skid. And on my chopper, you'll just see the front tire like, and you're like,
lock up.
This isn't good.
And they're the CVOST, so they have radial mounted brakes and all that straight from the factory. So there's a little bit of extra work into it's a very much more capable Harley Davidson than maybe the ones in the past.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
you just
I know
have
this
to
isn't a
remember it's
motorcycle
800
podcast.
pounds.
No, he rides bikes. So.
So, just for the audience, they don't see it off camera. They look like King of the Baggers.
That's really what they're going after. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing that on the track and then bringing that.
Yeah.
And those
for
bikes are
getting
running like a second faster. And
Yeah, they're quick.
that's insane.
They're very, very quick. On par with the Super Sport, and to do
Man.
that on an 800-pound motorcycle is pretty.
I'm sure the race ones are a little bit lighter than that, but it still is a hefty.
Yeah.
They're probably
No, they were sick. I saw you guys roll in, and I was like, oh, because I'm not really a Harley guy.
Sure.
I like the Ducatis, like the super bikes, but those are cool.
So
I'd
do
love to
we.
get-
We just are a little too big for those.
Yeah, exactly. Those are
It looks kind of funny when we ride on those.
of our stature.
They don't have leather suits for us.
You're not a small Italian guy like
yeah.
Seen the circus, with the monkey on a little motorcycle,
It just
like,
looks
yeah.
like you're fighting the whole time trying to stay on that for us.
So the Harley's nice for that. But they're great bikes. They did, and we just did some suspension work to them. So they got the
Öhlins.
Yeah, Öhlins front end. Yeah,
Yeah.
it came with a
you can
Showa
see
front end is what I was going to say. But yeah, it's got the Öhlins front end.
suspension is like, I didn't think it was going to do that much, and
Makes a big difference.
like on a street bike, if you were to upgrade your suspension, would it be night and day?
Oh yeah.
Like like that was these bikes, like insane difference, and how smooth. And then we got suspension, and then we also got it tuned and put a new ECU in it, so it gave us what you guys have in your world, the quick shift and blip shift, and so
Makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were to track that, the quick shifter is makes a big difference.
It's so fun. It's so fun. It's just they need to up the speed limits here on the freeways, because there's 65 doesn't work.
No, you do that
bike
in like
doesn't do it.
second and third
Yeah,
gear.
It's in the wrong RPM at 65, but 90 is perfect range now.
Yeah. In Mexico.
In
Mexico.
not here. I heard a friend did that one time.
So it's always cool having you guys out, though. I mean, this is you got all the cars here.
Yeah, how many cars you guys bring out? I mean,
Yeah, we brought 24 cars this year. Every year we do this. So 4 reliable trucks full of cars from Newport here for a week, and then they come back, and then of course you guys come out and help us. And we thought it would be a good idea, since everybody knows who you guys are, the products, the amazing products you guys, kind of going a little deeper and
Yeah.
understanding how you develop the products, of course, being at Jay's Garage and.
So yeah, it goes back almost like 18 years ago. We met Jay at a car show in Orange County. John Force, he's a drag racer.
Yep.
He had a holiday car show and Jay came, and we had a booth. We were selling compounds and polishes to body shops is what we were focused on, and we had a booth there. And Jay came in his tank car, and no joke, and like everyone, he's pulling in, and that thing, now I found out later that, idling and just sitting, it's not the best for it. It gets kind of hot.
Yeah.
It's got to be moving.
Cool,
And
yeah.
like he pulls up and everyone was like, and he's like, can I, excuse me? And there was this, like next to our booth, we had a booth there. There was this opening and he's like, can I park there? And I was like, are you talking to me? Like, I was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And you're Jay Leno. Yeah, you can park there. And he pulls in and I was like, oh man, this is my chance. I got to talk to him. So I say, hey, Jay, how's it going? And, he asked about what we did, and he's like, yeah, bring it by the garage. And 18 years ago, okay, and I was like, oh, okay. And he walked away. He's like, I don't know where the garage is. I don't even know what the heck. I was like, shh, now I got to go back up to him. So I'm waiting, I see, and he's like, what do you say? Come by the garage and talk to Bernard. And then he walked away the first time. So then I see him, I go up to him, I say, hey Jay, I just talked to you and you said come by the garage. I was like, talk to Bernard. How would I get a hold of Bernard? And he's like, that's Bernard. Here, get a hold of him. Bernard gave me his card. They invited us down, and then I come down here and I think the video is still up on his YouTube. It's on his Galaxy, right?
Yes,
Chris?
yeah.
They just painted his Galaxy and they were gonna color sand and polish it. So Jay invites me down. I come on a Saturday and I think I brought my stuff. And he's like, so what do you do? I was like after you paint a car, you color sand it and polish it, we make the polish. And he's like, oh, we just painted the Galaxy. Why don't you do that? You want to get on the YouTube? And I was like, no, not right now. Today, right now, I'm like, oh my gosh. And so at the time, Walker was the guy that was helping. He's no longer here, but he was like one of the original, like with David.
Yep.
Walker, he goes, Jay tells me, he goes, hey, so what we'll do is I'll come in, he's like, color sand an area and then polish it, and then when I come in, it shows what it does. I said, okay, so I'm getting ready for that. And Walker comes up and he's like, so tell me what you're gonna do with Jay. I'm like, I'm gonna color sand this and polish it. He's like, turn on that polisher. I turned it on, he's like, you're not doing that. Those cameras, the mics, that thing's too loud. So what you need to do is do half an area, finish half of it, keep the other half color sanded, and then you could explain what you did. Okay, so they go, all right, let's start filming. And the polisher's just like tucked way over there.
Yeah.
I did half of the roof, all that. So we start filming and Jay's like, all right, so what are we gonna do? Like, where's the polisher? Where is it? And I was like, well, what I did was, I did half of the roof already, and mind you, this is the first time here, dude. I was
and
like,
you're on camera.
Yeah, on
you're on
camera. I
camera.
mean, my dad came out here with me. I was just like, and the car ride home was like, what just happened? What just happened? And then, so we stayed around the garage. He had a detailer at the time. His name was Dirk, and he ended up moving back to Germany. And I would come once a month, drop off product, work with him. And then we came by, Chris and I, and the cars were dusty. And I was like, yeah, wait, what's going on? Where's Dirk? They're like, oh, you didn't hear? He moved back to Germany. The cars, it's kind of a touchy subject right now. We need to get a detailer, but who are we going to trust in here and all this stuff? And I was like, oh, I'll clean them. Chris and I will clean them. So we cleaned them for a few months for free. And, our controller lady was like, all you're doing is going to Jay's and hanging out. You're not bringing any money back to pay you, And I was like, oh man. So one day Jay pulls in and I was like, I got to hit him up about that, So I'm like, hey Jay, how's it going? How do you like the cars? Is there anything we could be doing different? Any of that? No. He said, take a look at the chrome on all the Duesenbergs. Make sure that's always done and clean, because he had just redid 4 of them, and it was insane to re-chrome everything. So, and I was like, okay. And it's like, hey, can we work something out to get paid? And he's like, you're not getting paid? And I'm like, no, not if you were kind of checked to someone, it wasn't us, you know? He's like, yeah, send me an invoice. Yeah, let's work some out. So that was like 15 years ago. And then we started detailing, and he was like, come here once a month. We came here one day, and then he called and was like, hey, can you come next week? And then it was 1 day a week.
Yeah.
And then when they would film, it was at least the 1 day a week to do the maintenance, and then to help the days that they're filming. So we're detailing for him, and him and I are driving out here. It's like an hour and a half drive minimum. And every time we were coming out here, it was like, man, if Jay would we say just, but if it would be so awesome if Jay would, if we could private label, like under his name, make a Jay Leno's Garage car care line. And we got to ask him. I'm going to ask him today. Like, Jay walked by. I'm like, hey, Jay. And he's like, hey, how's it going? It's good. Have a good day. I'm like, dang it. Dang it. I was so nervous, dude. I was so nervous. So I ended up asking him, and he was he did that like 3 year, he went off the Tonight Show, then he went back on for like 3 years.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He had just went back on the Tonight Show, and I asked him, and he said, it's a good idea, but at this time, the rights to my name are so tied up, it just wouldn't make sense. And I was like, so like deflated, like, dang it, that's not fun. And then a couple years go by, I asked him again, and he was like, right now it's not the right time, but it's a good idea,
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first show they had on CNBC, 12 years ago, 11 years?
Yeah, dang.
11 years ago,
yeah.
Something like that. They had the first airing, and we were at the garage the next week, and I was talking with Jay, and I said, hey, have you given it thought about doing that car care line, the private label car care line under your name? And he goes, you know what? Yeah. He's like, and you could ship all the stuff, right? And I said, yeah. He goes, what the best thing that happened for me was someone in the first CNBC show had a Jay Leno's Garage shirt on, and all these people were writing saying, hey, where can I buy that shirt?
Yeah.
And Jay didn't have an outlet.
Yeah.
So when I asked him about doing the car care, he's like, yeah, that's fine. You could ship stuff though, right? He was thinking for the shirts, and I was like, yeah, we can for sure. So he's like, yeah, let's take a look at it. And I remember when he told me that, Chris was down in the far room by the Duesenbergs, and I had came up here for something and just asked Jay kind of in passing, and he's like, yeah, let's put something together. And I was like, okay, when do you want to meet? And he's like, I don't know, 2 weeks? How long do you need? I was like, okay, 2 weeks, and I came down to Chris. I was like, dude, you will not believe what just happened. I talked with Jay, and he wants us to mock up some samples and stuff. And I'm like, do we stay here in detail today, or do we leave? Or do we have enough time? I'm like, man, we were so stoked. And so that is where it all started, and then it took about, 8 months to finalize
maybe a little
everything.
More than that, but still, it took a little bit of time. Yeah,
it finalized how we were going to, go to market, and it was really cool how the contract with Jay was. It was cool and scary. We'll launch online. We launched on Black Friday in 2016 with the kit, a 4-bottle kit, and a towel and an application sponge, all that. So we launched with that, and we sold from Black Friday to the last day you could ship for Christmas, so like say 30 days, we sold like 15,000 kits. And in the agreement, it was, okay, we'll see how it does, and then if it does well in January, we'll make a decision if we keep moving it forward. So it did well, so then we were like, all right, we need now options. These people got these kits, they probably need refills, so we started selling individual items, and then for the first 2 years, we just launched newness was like our game plan. Like, it was identify the products that we need, make it, best in the category. It's cool, and we have 2 chemists that we work with, and they were as excited as we were that we had Jay on the line.
So you're not wearing the lab coats?
Yeah, no, no way. I'll be the first to tell you that. I mean, it's awesome. We have like these chemists. You have almost 2 guys fighting against each other for the work. And it's for Jay. It's not for Chris and I. So now the chemists are like doing even better of a job than they ever have.
Yeah.
Because they had like mixed designs that were like their black book mixed designs that they did not want to sell to anyone else, and now with Jay they want to.
Yeah, now they have the name behind it.
Yeah, and it was so it's been fun.
Well, and it's also been great to see the evolution of the product, like what was it, the speed ceramic? I use that all the time. I use that the most.
And it
I mean,
smells good.
nonstop.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I use. I mean, I used it when we unloaded all the trucks, because all of our cars prior to us coming here, they all either have PPF or they're ceramic coated already. So using that has been.
And that was one that we spent so much time on, developing. And everyone's kind of like, oh, Jay just slapped his name on these products. And this is what we use in the garage. This is what we're carrying Ford Jay's vehicles with, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of that time, like Jeremy mentioned, you got to take a look at what everyone else is doing there, right? And it may seem so simple, but certain things like wipeability or how quickly something flashes or does it streak and so on and so forth. And there's real kind of tangible things you can be doing on test panels in terms of slickness. And so, I mean, we probably tested just for that ceramic speed detailer, I want to say 10 or 15 alternate options that were in the marketplace. Some that were very well received in the enthusiast crowd, places like Reddit, we love this one because of that, and okay, why? And bring it in, really take a look at it. And I say all that because, and it's awesome to hear, positive praise about it, but you bring all that in and then you come out the other end with a really excellent product. And it's awesome to see the fruit of the labor that goes into it, because there's so much work on the front end prior to a product launching, and then you hope and pray that, like, hey, we use this stuff, we love it, we hope everybody else loves it too,
Like for instance, the quick detailer, that was one of our first items and our first products in the kit. So the chemist sent us, we wanted it was orange, and then we wanted it to smell like a 50-50 popsicle, a 50-50 bar or whatever. And it smells exactly like it. So he sends us a couple, and tests that we would do is in a single car garage with the garage door closed, spray down the car and wipe it down. And you think, like, why are you doing that? Well, the scent can't be overbearing, can't be too strong if you're in an area that's airtight. And so we did that, and I mean, it was like I could taste it. And so I called the chemist. I was like, hey man, you nailed it, it's awesome, the color's right, it works fantastic, and I'm not saying anything bad. Is there any way you could send us a sample with like 10% of how much you put in what you sent us, 15%, and then 20? You're barely going to smell it. I was like, perfect. That's perfect. Want the hit. It needs to just a little scent, a little scent, not overbearing. And they sent it, but that is something that like you got to take into account. Like even stuff for like interior. If it's a smell that's like a smell that not everyone likes, if you try to go like cinnamony or something, some people don't like that, and it just turns them off. So it's fun. It's fun. But Chris and I were in the body shop game before this, where if you had a product that had a fruity scent to it, they would laugh you out of there. They would laugh you out of there. Old school body shop guys. Now that same guy, if it doesn't smell good, he doesn't want it. And you're like, 15 years ago, you said if it smells good, it's crap. Now you only
change the market.
I'm tired of changing the market.
The interior detailer that you guys have is fantastic.
Thank you.
I was telling you that the last time I went out and bought a bunch of it.
Which one? The white?
The white one.
White, not the clear. Yeah, we have a new one, all-purpose.
The clear is great too.
The clear is awesome, but that interior, I have friends from high school that love that and buy it from Walmart, and they'll send me a picture like, I'm supporting the brand. I'm like, that's awesome, man. They finally stopped just saying, can you just send me one? Like, I don't know. Sure, I've sent you 350 bottles. You want to buy one?
It's funny you see the space we're in. It's people primarily. There's a lot of newness to it. Younger kids coming up and do it, but there's also the old heads, if you will, the people who have been doing this their entire lives, and they're set in their ways with certain things, and
like
we have
carnauba wax.
Yeah,
that's
exactly,
the old school
carnauba,
guys.
exactly.
And like ceramic is not good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But what
It's
I was-
like-
It's the same guys who don't like PPF.
Joe, who works with us, I think
he's that guy.
Yeah, he's older, and
Yeah.
he's been doing this since the day he was born. But I'm telling you, especially the new products that you have, it has like changed his world. It's all he
Yeah,
uses.
and he clarified with us when we first met him that he likes what he uses.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And-
as you know, he will tell you.
And I
But that's all.
I don't need to use your stuff. I was like, that's fine. I mean,
But that's-
and he was polishing a car by hand, that black
Yeah.
car. 'cause
Yeah,
he was like, he did not like the scratches that the polisher was leaving
Yeah.
behind. And I was like, man, only your eye sees that. I see
Yeah.
what you're seeing, but
Yeah, but
everyone
he's-
else says
he's
it's
walking right
beautiful.
past it.
You know, like move
yeah, no,
on.
he's that detail
Yeah, he's
focused,
good.
and
He's
he's
good at
very
what he
good.
does, dude.
But
Yeah.
he praises
That's
the product.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
But it's just like you were saying, a
appreciate
testament.
that.
to-
But that's the plight of being a detailer, to go down into the swirls and the scratches of everything.
Yeah.
Jeremy and I talk about it all the time, is you get this ability to read paint in a way, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, understand how hard it is or how soft it might be, but also to see the imperfections and be able to identify them.
Right.
And it's a blessing and a curse, right? It's like, okay, I know how to fix that now. I've spent enough time on a polisher that I know how to correct that.
Yeah.
But then now you're walking through somewhere and you spot it immediately, and it just kind of,
Yeah, I know.
you know,
Yeah,
a little bit of tarnish.
my wife, we'll be driving, and I'm like, "Oh man, did you see that car?" And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "See the swirl marks?" She's like, "What are those?" I'm like, "You don't see
you
it."
okay?
Never
You went
mind.
through a car
Never
wash.
mind. Yeah, she's like, "It looked clean." Like, yeah.
Did you go through a car wash?
Yeah. You lost your dongle.
Yeah, there's
Yep,
like
you're
a-
down.
Man down.
Here, I'll put it on my pink. No.
Man down. And
Not
to be
again.
honest, like detailing is I love. There's like a zen to it,
Right.
like cleaning, taking something dirty and cleaning it, and it looks good. But one thing that we were taught, if you want to become a detailer or learn how to polish paint, this guy that I was working with when I first got into this was like, hey, what you should do is go to a body shop. They've go in the back and say, hey, can I take a couple scrap pieces that, like if the hood's damaged, they put it in the back as scrap metal. So you could get a hood that's damaged on the corner, but it has OEM paint that's still fresh on the other side. So you could get the polisher and work that paint and see what your limits are.
Yeah.
And then
Without
you
fear
could
of
get
screwing
another
something
hood.
up.
And then if you want to work on freshly painted stuff, have a friend of yours or have a body shop paint a hood and color sand it, polish it, use that polisher on the edges, see what it takes to burn through the paint, and then you'll know your limits. And that was something that I was taught at the beginning, and I was like, you just go to a body shop and ask them, and I was sure, that's what you do. You walk in, they're like, yeah, it's back there, and they've got just doors and stuff
Yeah,
that
it's crashed stuff, it's
all
scrap stuff,
scrap.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, but
No.
you have an area, and OEM paint is different than
repainted.
a body shop
Yeah.
that paints or a painter. It's always more clear coat there to work with. But that was something that was good knowledge. Because there's a few times. I mean, I've burned through paint before. I've done it a few times.
Yeah, it's
I've
never
done
fun,
it
right?
one time. This guy custom painted a street bike, and it was in Burbank out here. This guy was tatted up, Hispanic guy, big dude, and I'm like, yeah, man, their stuff works awesome. And he has the front fairing and he's holding it, and I'm pushing down.
Oh no.
And I'm trying to cut through these sand scratches, and then it just goes, and it catches, and I was like, and it went through, it like burned through into the plastic, and I was like, oh, and he's like, I told you you're pressing too hard. I was like, uh-oh. He's like, man, I'll fix it, but you were pressing too hard. I was like, all right. He's like, you got to do this, and he like schooled me on stuff, but I was like, I want to die. I'm gonna die. Like this, it was like airbrushed. It was so awesome, and then it's just now burn, and it didn't like burn through. It was like I took a lighter to it and it like melted it. Yeah, dude, I was just like,
So was
that was
that
horrible.
That's how you. I mean, honestly, that's how you never do it again. Like,
yeah,
that's-
oh man.
was it going through your mind when you did the video on Leno's F1?
F1.
Yeah.
The whole entire time.
All of those years of all of those mistakes
Yeah,
led
I'm
up to
sure.
that moment, and you're like,
It was like,
don't think about
don't press too hard.
typical
Don't press
car
too hard.
that size,
Yeah.
him and I in 6 hours, 8 hours could do what we did. That was like 3 days.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
sure
just
that paint
a
is very
slow
thin,
RPM
right?
on the polisher,
Yeah.
and just know where I'm going.
That's an
take off.
incredible video, by the way.
It was over a million
the
views,
the
something like that,
wheels
right?
Yeah.
But that was,
It's all about the car, you know. But
and we took the tires off and
I was
everything.
gonna say, you took the wheels
Yeah.
off, you did everything.
I mean, that wrench set is more than my house.
Yeah.
How did you convince Jay to do that one?
You know, that's kind of like most of the. So all the cars here have the keys in them.
Oh, so you just took it.
The F1, the F1 doesn't have the keys in them.
No, of course.
They're somewhere. He knows where.
The F1 was the one that needed it probably the most.
But remember when he asked him, he was like, "Yeah, okay," and I was like, "Okay, all right."
There was it wasn't no, but it definitely
he
wasn't.
did say, "What about
yes.
this one?" I know, and I was like, "Yeah, but the F1 will hit hard, Jay." And sure enough, it did.
But it's the crown jewel here, right?
Oh,
like, don't get me wrong. There's a hundred amazing things.
There's
here.
a crown jewel in every
Countless
genre
amazing
right
things.
here,
But it's like you walk in.
that's
and it's
the car.
The car.
And no one gets to see
and
it
it's
like
black.
that. Yeah.
And you're like, we need to. It has never been paint corrected. We need to get the scratches out of this. And it's just love marks, right? Nothing been neglected.
He drives it,
and it'd been 20
he
years,
drives
right?
the heck out of it, right?
Yeah, he had it.
And it's like a badge of honor. And as you guys know, you've been up, but Angeles Crest is right here. I mean, it's one of the country's premier roads for driving. And it's not, these are garage queens that just sit here.
Takes a car every night home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's up there. And I forget who it was. There's one of the notable YouTube channels. They're here doing an LA trip, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, we're going to go up to Newcomb's Ranch and go hit Angeles Crest Highway. And serendipitously, here's Jay and the F1 going down as they're going up. And they're like, that was Leno. And it's like, out of all the cars he could have been driving, he was driving the Unicorn. Like, you guys just picked the right day at the right time to see a spotting. Like, that's the ultimate spotting right there, you know?
No, it's crazy.
So,
Imagine being Jay. Like on the weekend, man, if if they said you got this whole weekend to drive whatever you want, the Carrera, the F1, the P1, I wouldn't have enough time.
No,
in a weekend.
But you know, we're for the weeks that we come here, it's every day at lunch he takes something out, and then every night he goes home. He takes
I've
something.
been here on a
he
Saturday.
Everything
on a Saturday, and he drove, and this was like maybe before we launched the brand or the car care. So probably 12 years ago, and he rode 5 motorcycles and drove 3 cars on a Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah, he's always.
And he doesn't it's pretty cool because when we were detailing and they were filming, I was like, trying to do a better job here and stuff. And I said, hey, Jay, is there any way we could get like a list of what cars you anticipate filming with or driving? And he was like, what? And I was like, never mind. He's like, you want me to give you a list of what cars I'm going to drive? And I was like, never mind. So with him, he doesn't really, it's kind of like, he wakes up and he's like, I want to get in the Duesenberg. And I got in him one time.
It's all about feel.
Dude, he drove down the Duesenberg. He was driving down the center of the garage and he's like, get in. And I jump in and he's like, imagine we're in New York in the 30s driving this thing.
Yeah.
Imagine there's horse-drawn carriages, and then there's this thing, and he had music playing from like that era. He's like, just imagine that, And I was like, that's pretty cool, Like
he's very good at that.
It's like if you were a kid and you had every awesome BMX bike imaginable, and then you walk in the garage every morning and you're like, which one do I ride today?
Yeah.
And that was always the thing too, and still is everyone's like, man, that's so much work, and we always like equate it to the Golden Gate Bridge, like to maintain, right? Just from an appearance, not to only all the work that goes on from restoration to
what
keeping
he's saying
things
is
on the road.
becoming his detailer is fantastic. You just literally go to the end and then detail back to this end.
We call it the Golden Gate Bridge because just like Jeremy's saying, is as soon as you're done, start over again, right? And the collection's that large. But the thing to remember also is some days are busier than others. Multiple bikes, multiple cars will go out, but to our luck, knock on wood, he can't drive them all in a single day, right?
True.
So we come in, and once a week was, a solid cadence that like, hey, a number of cars had gone out, we'll take care of these. Exactly, So it was like, that was a nice system to stay on top of.
And it was him
like
and
this.
it was like 10, 12 hours because the traffic, we would shoot out here early, and then if you leave at 3 o'clock, from 3 to 6, 7 is like, you're just going to sit in 2 hours.
For those of you not in the LA area, it's Burbank to Orange County, which, as the crow flies, what is it, like 50 miles
70,
maybe?
60, something like that miles. So call it that. It should take an hour.
It'll take sometimes close to 3.
It's taken us 3 hours to get home before, and I'm like...
Just depends on, it's, LA traffic.
So that's why we rode the motorcycles out here. now you connect the dots.
There's like 20 plus million people between us and
it's
home.
insane.
You know?
No, it happened to us.
Documented.
Yeah.
20 million.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, it's
No, it's amazing, and it's amazing to see the brand grow.
it's
And,
awesome.
You know, being in Walmart. I mean, it's just insane.
Walmart,
picked up O'Reilly's this year.
Oh,
Amazon.
O'Reilly's as well.
Yeah, nationwide.
Nationwide and O'Reilly's with
That's
6,700 stores. Oh, man, they're big.
O'Reilly.
Yeah. Jay's got a good one of that. You know how that jingle came up?
No.
That was Mrs. O'Reilly's on their wedding night. So they asked us to do like a bunch of stuff where Jay's talking like that. And Jay, we filmed that and sent it to O'Reilly's.
And our rep
was like, it was awesome. They loved it. They're just not going to use that part. And I was like, wonder why.
That's funny.
Oh, dude, that's so
that's
funny.
great. I didn't realize that.
Nah,
That's
it's been,
phenomenal.
I mean,
In all honesty, too, Jay's done an awesome job.
Yeah.
everyone loves him, trusts him.
Yeah, dude, he's
the man.
He's the man. He's a stud. I mean, he's happily married and you know, been in show business that long. Like most people in his shoes, like mess up once or twice or
and
three
they're
times.
and they're also they lose their. He's the most humble.
Yeah,
he's
like
just a
well,
normal,
you know, he doesn't drink,
grounded.
he doesn't smoke. You know, like he's definitely a mentor. I look up to him. He's like a second dad to me.
Yeah.
You know, and like you know, it's cool for Chris and I. We get to run the car care, and it's Jay's name on the bottle. It's not Jeremy and Chris's.
Right.
Where we are like just guiding this ship, and Jay is the one that's consistently out in front of people and doing stand-up, doing his YouTube, you know.
Ton of pressure though if you screw it up.
Yeah,
Ton
man.
of pressure.
To talking about pressure, so right before we launch, Jay's like, man, he's all nervous. And I'm like, what's up? He's like, do you think it's going to do well? I said, yeah, you know, look, we're not trying to sell pots and pans saying on the weekends when Jay makes eggs, he only uses these Teflon coated pans. You know, you're a car guy, and car care fits right in. He's like, yeah, it's just the first thing I've ever put my name on and sold. And I was like, I wish you never told me that.
That was like Wednesday before.
I was like,
Yeah.
this sucks a lot. My gosh. And then we launched, and we had a good video. We should, if we can, you know, pull it
find
up.
it. We got
We'll
it,
find
yeah.
it and show you guys.
Yeah.
It's our first ever like marketing video we shot. It's Jay walking in the garage, and we had cars lined up, and the McLaren, the Mercedes, the
SLR.
SLR. You know, the door opens up.
Yep.
So Jay at the end goes, so go ahead and go to lenosgarage.com and hey, maybe you could be as cool as me. And he opens the door, and we acted like it nailed him in the face. And then it goes and it shows the product, and Jay's on the ground, knocked out.
In the background, if you pay attention, Jay's laying on the ground, like barely
it
getting
was
up.
so funny. So the guy that helped us shoot that, Kiko, he used to be one of the producers here. He was like, why are you guys doing that? We need to make it serious. This is serious. And we were like, but the comedy is going to be the best.
Yeah.
So we shot it with Jay saying, maybe you'll be as cool as me, and then getting in the car, starting it. Then we did it where it's hitting him in the face, and we had like 15 people who could vote on what they wanted, and it was like 14-1. They wanted Jay getting hit in the face, and it was so good.
Amazing.
It was so good.
He's always up for anything too.
But it's cool to watch him with like, they just like 500 times had the door opening by his face to show him getting hit, and when they cut it all up, it looks like he gets
hit.
nailed in the face, dude. It's pretty good. I thought it was freaking hilarious.
And what's cool about it, you know, so much with Jeremy and I being this close to the heartbeat of car care, right? What you see is like a ton of legacy brands in the space. There's a couple of brands out there who are making really cool moves and doing, you know, really innovative things, and they've really paved a way. But there's so much of the customer base here that grew up with either their dad teaching them or maybe their grandfather or an uncle or somebody that they care about. Hey, this is what you use, and this is the only stuff you use, and I get the best results with this stuff. And it kind of, people, they don't want to change from that, right?
Exactly.
But the testament to Jay is that they see it, they stop, and they say, man, I know Jay, I trust him in his cars, and you know what, actually I will give this a shot. And I would say that that is the difference maker, because we've seen brands come and go that try to pop up, and it's admirable,
hard.
but it's difficult to, you know, and there's so much of what Jay has created and, you know, just this, you know, in himself, but also this garage that, you know, people know that and they trust it, and then they now flow that forward and trust us with the car care product. So it's amazing what that does, but again, to go back to the pressure side of it is it's like you gotta be focused on you not screwing this up, delivering fantastic product, making sure quality is there, you know, and then with our customers, whether it be an online, a single bottle order, or if it's a truckload going to O'Reilly's or Walmart, it's all the same thing. It's like, hey, I need it on time, I need it here when I need it, and I need it in full. And you know, those fundamentals of the business is like, it seems so simple, but it's something that you really got to be in tune with it. And but you do all those things right, and all of a sudden, you know, there's some light at the end of the tunnel, and it just has been great year after year. We're 10 years into this now, and we never thouut we'd be here. You know,
it's incredible.
It was an idea at first, and now here we are.
I can't believe Jay invites us back here. You know, like, but like another cool deal with Jay was QVC.
Right.
We went on QVC, like that was like our first outside of selling on .com. We reached out to QVC, or I did, and you go through their portal and it's like, if you want to sell on QVC, so I fill out everything, send it in, I get nothing. Fill it out again, send it in, get nothing. And I'm like, man, I fill it out, send it in, get nothing. Then I get finally a buyer reached out saying like, I'm so sorry. No, I sent an email to him saying, hey, I filled out the, you know, want to be a supplier thing, and I haven't heard back. And they're like, hold on, I'll look into that. Well, a buyer reaches out and goes, man, I feel so bad. I saw this and I thought it was like a scam.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, another Jay Leno, sure. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's real. So we start talking, and they had a competitor on years back, and it didn't do as well because it's their demographic is 96% female, so it's tough to sell car care. So I'm talking with our buyer, and our buyer's like, yeah, but she's like, I think our customers will relate to, will know Jay. So she's like, we'll bring in 6,000 kits, and I'm like, okay, and we were so excited. So about a month before, my buyer calls and she's all nervous. She's like, is 6,000 kits enough? I'm like, lady, I don't know. Like, I have no clue. You know, what you guys, what is enough for you guys. So she ordered 6,000 more, and it's, what do they call it when it's?
Today's special value?
No, it's like one where so how QVC does is they'll have like 6,000 in stock, and you buy those up, but then you could buy like a pre-order or something where like in 2 weeks we're getting another shipment. You could buy it right now and it'll ship in 2 weeks. That's harder to sell because people want it right now, but we had that in the queue. So we had 6,000 or 6,500 that were in stock, 6,500 coming in. And we had a 12-minute airing, and in 9 minutes we sold 13,000 kits. Yeah, no joke. And you're like, oh, that's cool. We'll go on air for 3 minutes and you can't sell anything.
That's baller.
It was like they're like, so next time you want to make sure you buy the kit. Okay, we got 2 more minutes of talking of nothing about. It was just crazy. It was insane, and but that's because the level, the 96% female demographic love Jay. They just love him from the Tonight Show, and you know, he tucked America in bed for forever. Night, I mean, there was no social media. There was none of what we have today. You know, it was Jay was giving you the what's going on in Hollywood, politics, and he did a fantastic job. What, 22 years, 21 years, something like that. 22 years, I don't know how he did it, man. That dude's work ethic is. You can't call him and complain about working too much.
No.
I've tried. I accidentally one time was like, he called me on a Sunday and I was at the office or something, and like I was just at the office, just busy, man. He's like, yeah, well, story of my life. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. What, trying to commiserate with him? He's just getting off the plane doing another stand-up show.
Dude. All the YouTube, all that,
nonstop.
We would be here detailing like on a Friday, and he's like, all right, I'm going to get going. You guys good? Yeah. Where are you going? Florida and South Carolina. I don't know. He'd go do 4 shows.
And there's be back Monday.
And then be back at the Laugh Stop or whatever he does. Or not Laugh Stop. What's he do?
Comedy and Magic Club.
The Comedy and Magic Club. Every Sunday night he's got a standing
Tonight
set.
he's going to be somewhere, like locally in Burbank or something. I mean, it's just not. And then Friday, I think.
And
Can't stop.
we went to the Comedy Store, and we didn't. Jay wasn't supposed to be there, or did we know he was going to be there?
We ended up knowing he was going to be there, but it was like a pickup show or something for
Yeah.
him. He got added on.
And Martin
later into
Lawrence
the-
came out. There was really good. And Jay came out, and the crowd went nuts, and he nailed it. Out of all the comedians, they all were funny. But Jay, it was just like the noise in the room when Jay came out and did his set was just louder. People were cracking up. He's just, I mean, and it was for late 40s and under crowd.
Yeah.
And, you know, he still nails it, man. That dude is so smooth and remembers everything.
Yeah.
You know, go to a comedy show and try and remember 3 jokes.
Yeah.
You
On
know,
stage.
and
for
the guy
everybody.
said 2 hours of them.
Yeah.
And
Who
I'm
knows?
like, remember that one? How's it go? How did he say it? Like, man, I don't know how he does it, dude. He's a machine.
He's the man.
No,
Absolute
he
man.
is. He gave us a awesome opportunity, you know, and now we're working closely with Audrain, which is awesome. You guys are involved in the business as well. You know, Nick, and you guys got another sick fever of collecting cars like Jay. You got a few more, but man, your guys' collection's awesome. And then the Concours that you guys put on, you know, I never thought, it's pretty cool to go to Rhode Island and then be able to, you know, see Jay's house, see Nick's house, and,
see
and the history there, like insane, insane. You're in buildings there, and you're like, built in 1800. Get out of here, guys! We're gonna die. You know, coming from California,
Well,
we have a building that's
watching
built in the 50s, and we're like, look at
Look how old that is.
freaking it's standing up still. You know, like,
And
But it was
this is
crazy.
like Cornelius Vanderbilt.
yeah,
so-
they're like, Jesus Christ ate at this table. Like,
I'm watching
he etched his name here. You know, like,
I'm watching a YouTube on the Commodore, right? On the original Vanderbilt. And I'm like, okay, this is really cool. And then they're going through the lineage.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're like, and then this Vanderbilt built the breakers. And I'm like, that's Nick's neighbor. Like, we have the car show.
that's
Yeah.
This is insane, dude. Whoa, the origin story of this building. Like, obviously we knew the history, but to see it kind of placed in like the lineage of timeline.
Newport, Newport is awesome. It is.
Cool place.
What's crazy is, so Newport Beach here, it's like almost the same logo that like the steering wheel for a sailboat with Newport, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
people mix them up a lot.
I swear, like
They do. They always do.
it looks
Especially when we're here.
Yeah, you would think it's Newport Beach, you know?
Yeah.
And
There is a
and
lot
I
of
was like, did
similarities.
Newport copy? Well, we had to copy them. They were here before, you know? Like, oh man, but it's a cool town there, man. It's
Well, we love when you guys come.
man, it's cool to be a part of the Audrain, and you know, how many you had 24 cars here. Well, last year it was like 32 cars, I want to say.
I think the first year we brought 5 trucks.
Yeah,
But
it was
then we
insane.
slimmed it down to 4. We use a lot of
All the
J's.
aisles were full of your cars, you know.
That's got to be a high tense situation, though,
Yeah,
right?
it's a little, but it's you know, it's a lot of planning and it's a lot.
yeah.
But you know, again,
Welcome
you
to
help-
Reliable's nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Every day
yeah.
they have
You guys
how
helped
much
us a lot.
money being transported.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
All day, every day.
Speaking of transportation and cars getting caught on fire, so I have a good funny. This was like, I was so stoked to be in the room. So Brad Garrett, you know, everyone loves Raymond, you know, the
Yeah.
tall guy.
Oh, yeah, of
Brad
course,
Garrett. He's
yeah.
a comedian,
Yeah.
and we were at SEMA in 2017.
Yeah, it
whenever
was
the
the-
Hellcat came out.
2017, I believe.
17 or 16, it could have been 16. So, and Brad Garrett was doing a comedy show for a month in Vegas. Jay's out there, we're at SEMA, and we're walking behind, literally in the catwalk above the show to get Jay to the other side of the show. So, Brad Garrett ordered a red Hellcat, and it was all over social media. One of the car carriers with all red Hellcats, the brakes caught on fire and burned the cars down. And so
it's a nightmare.
you can't,
There's a
you
big
don't get
story,
another VIN
like,
number.
breaking right
You know
here.
what I mean? So if you
Yeah.
order,
Too, yeah,
if they
that's
only
it.
build 200 and they're all taken,
Yeah, they gotta-
and 5 burned down, those 5 people don't get a car. Yeah. So that happened. So Jay calls Brad Garrett, puts on speaker. It was so funny. He's like, he said, and he acted like Kaniskus from Dodge. He's like Brad Garrett. He's like, speak, yes. And he's like, this is Kaniskus from Dodge Mopar. Yeah, you know. So we regret to inform you that you know, one of the your Hellcat. I don't know if you heard the news. It caught one of our car carriers caught on fire and it burnt them to the ground. All 5 of the cars. Yeah. Yours was on there, yeah, and we can't get you a new one, but we do have nice town and countries in every color. Minivans, and Brad Garrett's like, oh, I don't want that. He's like, or this could be your asshole friend, Jay Leno. And he's like, damn it, Jay. But dude, Brad Garrett was sold. He was like, what do we do?
Yeah, because when Jay calls you, it's always unknown.
Yeah, exactly, dude, and it was like, oh, man, it was so funny. It was so funny, man. And then
that's hilarious.
Not too long after that, Brad was here and they were filming on Jay. I think it was for Jay's CNBC show, and they were working on Jay's Ford GT, the 2005.
Yeah. Some
issue with like a relay was making everything go haywire. So I'm standing in front of that, and Brad Garrett. Jay comes up and he goes, oh man, can you believe that was just this relay that was causing all those issues? Brad comes up, he's like, all right, what are we working on today? Jay's like, yeah, we've got a rental car for you to drive. Yeah, why don't you come this way? You know, don't touch the car. It was so funny.
That's great.
2 comedians, like being around the garage here, watching Jay and like his
all the people
friends.
that come by.
Oh yeah.
They're heavy on each other, dude. Yeah. Comedians are mean to each other. Don't get caught laughing.
Yeah.
Because it'll happen, and you're like, they'll look at you. Yeah. You're like, no, don't. Take
I'm not fair game.
Yeah.
I don't have the wit.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah. So.
That's the origin story.
Hell yeah.
We appreciate it. Appreciate you guys spending a little time with us.
We appreciate. Yeah, we were always like, you guys came out and you did it with David Swift, and we were like, what about?
Yeah. Here we are.
No, we don't need to be on it. And they finally called us. No, we look forward to coming back there here. Can you believe the Concours is going to?
A couple of months.
I don't know.
Do you guys? That's a big
undertaking.
Big feat for you. I mean, that is.
But we've got we've got
good
a
team.
Down, and
good
we've
team.
got a great team.
Well, you guys kill it though.
This is the 6th year.
You're dealing with high dollar people, cars. And to keep everyone happy and it's smooth, like you guys.
That's the biggest thing. You got to just make sure people are happy. As long as people are happy, they're going to have a good time.
They'll come back too.
Yeah,
you know?
and they'll come back.
Yeah, I mean, it is fantastic. And the backdrop there.
Yeah.
Oh,
the setting.
And somehow,
it's
Nick
beautiful.
has control over the weather.
The past few years, at least.
Except for
but you had 1 year. But out there it rains.
Fine. I mean,
it rains and then it's just like gone.
Yeah.
Here it rains. It's flooded. Like the streets
Mountains
are
are
closed.
sliding down into the
so
ocean.
dry.
It rains 400% more in Rhode Island, and it just goes. It stops raining, and it's all in the drain.
We got that humidity on our
I don't
side.
get it.
Yeah, that's
I know,
true.
it's crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean
But we make it work.
Yeah, it's
No problem.
and
Boulevard.
it is so
No
gorgeous there when it's that time of year and it's sunny out like it's been.
Oh yeah.
You can't beat it.
Is that the saying? No problem?
No problem.
When he built the road.
Well, I didn't myself, but
Oh, yeah.
we
That's
we
right,
called
with
it
all
no
the plywood.
problem. I said it was we were.
Oh, yeah.
I kept saying it was gonna be no problem.
No problem.
Yeah, you bought all the plywood in
called it
the
No
Pacific,
Problem Boulevard, yeah.
like it was.
In all of Rhode Island, every
there's
piece
like
of
no more plywood.
Like all
Home
the
builders
Home
were like, "What
Depots
the hell
closed."
happened?"
That you
we made
guys
it work.
undertook that. You guys are balancing so much, so much. So
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
it's like
commend you.
fire drills like that.
Yeah, but we make it work, right?
Yeah.
You do.
You say that so smoothly.
Because he's living
We were
to tell
used to
another
it.
tale.
Yeah.
I still got your dongle too.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
No, you guys kill it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I look forward to coming out there.
Well, we can't wait.
Well, thank you for coming on the
thanks
show.
so much.
Telling us the origin
Thank you.
story.
Enjoy your ride home.
Yeah.
Get some.
I
I
get
gotta
some
get
B-roll
on
cuts.
one of these
B-roll,
hog
yeah.
crankers over here.
Yeah.
Hog
Oh yeah. You can crank my hog into it.
Make sure that's in the edit.